Have you ever been underestimated, ignored, overlooked, or dismissed by people who think you're not a threat? Good. Because that's exactly where your power begins. Because while they're looking the other way, thinking they've already figured you out, you're gaining something more powerful than their respect. You're gaining the element of surprise. Machiavelli understood something that most people today still don't get. Being underestimated isn't a curse, it's a weapon. When people don't see you as competition, they relax, they talk too much, they expose weaknesses, and they leave space wide open for you to move without resistance. This video is about how to turn being underestimated into your biggest strategic advantage. Using real-life examples and Machiavellian insights, I'll show you how to build silent power, strike without warning, and gain influence, without ever needing to raise your voice. And if you stay until the end, I'll share the one mindset shift that turns invisibility into dominance, not through aggression, but through precision. Let's get into it. Principle 1. Turn underestimation into a strategic advantage. Learn how to use people's low expectations as a shield, so you can grow without resistance and strike when no one sees it coming. Machiavelli observed that power doesn't always come from being seen. It often comes from being ignored. When you're underestimated, people don't guard their territory. They don't see you as a threat, which means you can move without resistance. They give you room. They talk freely. They assume you're not watching. And while they're busy showing off, you're collecting data. You're building leverage. Example: at work, if your coworkers assume you're just a nice, average person, they won't see you coming. You're not the loud one in meetings. You're not the one always chasing the spotlight. But behind the scenes, you're studying. You're learning the systems. And when the opportunity comes, you move. Suddenly, you're the one in position, and they didn't even see it happening. What to do? Don't rush to prove yourself. Let others think you're less ambitious, less capable, less strategic. It gives you room to grow, and it blinds them to your real strength. Principle 2. Win without warning by staying unpredictable. Stop announcing your moves. Discover how to observe quietly, strike precisely, and catch everyone off guard in work, life, and relationships. Machiavelli didn't glorify force. He glorified precision. The most effective attack is the one they don't even know is coming. That's what makes an invisible attack powerful. It's silent. It's subtle. And by the time it lands, it's already too late. Example: in negotiation, if you act uncertain, the other person assumes they're in control. They talk more. They over-explain. And without realizing it, they reveal exactly what you need to win the deal. You don't argue. You don't show your hand. You let them walk into their own overconfidence. In life, when someone tries to provoke you, don't bite. Don't react. Let them get louder while you observe. The more emotional they get, the more strategic you become. What to do? Use silence, use questions, use delay. Let people show their cards first. You'll win by knowing what they're playing before you even touch the table. Principle 3. Build power without needing to be seen. Instead of performing for approval, learn how to grow influence quietly, so your results speak louder than anything you could say. Power that isn't visible is the hardest to attack. It's rooted, quiet, undeniable. Most people are desperate to be seen. They show everything. They speak too soon. They seek validation before they've earned leverage. Machiavelli would say, real power grows in silence, and by the time it's visible, it's already unstoppable. Example: on social media, the person constantly posting "look at me" content might get likes, but not loyalty. The one who builds value quietly, who creates without showing every move, that's the one people start to trust and follow, without being begged to. In relationships, you don't need to prove your value in words. You show it in posture, in boundaries, in presence. The moment you stop explaining yourself, you start being felt. What to do: stop advertising your every move. Build in silence. Let the results speak when it matters, and not a moment before. Principle 4. Use their underestimation to gather control. When they overlook you, they reveal their plans. Learn how to turn their loose lips and arrogance into tools for your rise. The underestimated person is like a ghost in the room, unnoticed, unthreatening, ignored. And that's exactly why they can collect more truth than anyone else. Example: in a team or friend group, people may share private plans or opinions around you, thinking you're just chill. But you're not just chill. You're listening. You're calculating. You know who's fake, who's weak, who's careless, long before they know your next move. What to do: don't interrupt people when they talk. Let them talk too much. Let them think you're not paying attention. Meanwhile, remember everything. Write things down, track patterns. Use the knowledge, not to hurt, but to protect yourself and win when it matters. That's not manipulation. That's survival with style. Principle 5. Move later, win bigger. Timing is everything. Discover why waiting, not reacting, gives you the upper hand, and how to strike only when the moment truly matters. There's something powerful about not needing to be first, loud, or dominant, and still ending up ahead. Machiavelli taught that the strongest player often waits, lets others fight, speak, expose, and then strikes at the perfect moment. You don't need to argue. You don't need to rush. You just need to move when it counts. Example: in competitive spaces, the ones who talk big get attention first, but they also burn out faster. The one who stays calm, learns the system, builds allies quietly. That's the one who eventually takes the spot that matters and holds it. In dating, you don't always need to chase or show all your feelings immediately. Sometimes presence and mystery build more interest than paragraphs ever could. What to do: control your timing. Don't react emotionally to every opportunity or insult. Move with intention, not impulse. Because when you delay your impact, it hits harder. You've been underestimated? Good. That's not a flaw. It's your weapon. Let them believe you're average. Let them laugh, overtalk, overlook. Let them think you're too soft to be a threat, too kind to be strategic. That illusion they hold, that's your camouflage. Because while they're busy chasing attention, chasing status, chasing each other, you're moving in silence. You're observing. You're learning how they speak, how they move, where they slip. You're studying the game they're playing and preparing to win one they don't even see. You're not falling behind. You're building slowly, with precision. While they burn out proving themselves to the world, you're stacking quiet power. While they shout, you sharpen. Every doubt they throw at you becomes fuel. Every time they overlook you, you get stronger, calmer, clearer. Because your value doesn't come from their recognition. It comes from your self-control, your vision, your refusal to react just to be seen. Machiavelli never taught people to be fake. He taught them to be patient. He knew the most dangerous person in any room isn't the loudest. It's the one watching quietly, who only moves when it matters. So stop rushing to correct them. Don't explain yourself to people who chose not to see you. Don't reveal everything just to prove you have something. People will try to provoke you, dismiss you, underestimate your intelligence, your depth, your potential. Let them. That's the trap they built for themselves. Instead, keep your power close. Speak when it counts. Move when it's time. Let them underestimate you. Let them keep assuming you're not built for the win. And then, make them watch. Make them watch you rise in a way they never expected. Without warning, without noise, without their permission. Make them realize too late that the quiet one in the corner was the only one in control the entire time. Because real power doesn't scream. It doesn't beg to be seen. It moves with such calm force, such internal gravity, that when it finally appears, it's undeniable. And the ones who slept on you? They'll spend the rest of their time trying to figure out how they missed it. You don't need to shout. You don't need to chase. You don't need to prove. You just need to become undeniable, and then let them wonder how you did it. That's the real win. That's silent domination. That's the Machiavellian way. If this spoke to you, don't just keep it in your head. Write a comment, even just a few words. It helps you remember, and it might help someone else too. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and share this with someone who, in your eyes, needs it right now. Just trust your instinct. We're all trying to get clearer, more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break.